Welcome to another video from Dr. Lock. The other day we did a video on protecting your VIN number, which is this one right here, and we protect that so that people can't use software or online calculators. They can't calculate it and get the key code. Since that video there's been a couple of comments from a couple of subscribers there. One of them's Michael O and the other one is Gutter Clown. They made a really good point, a point that I didn't even take into consideration. I didn't think, well, I clearly overlooked it. And what it was that you can actually get your VIN number from your rego plate. So anybody driving past you wants your VIN number, they get your rego plate and they can access it. Now in Queensland they can do this with a simple app on the phone. You know, you just use your phone, go to the app and do it. In Sydney, you know, New South Wales, it's slightly different, but it's still not foolproof. And I'm going to take you through and actually show you that now. So the reason my van's got all the doors open and things like that is, one, because it's super hot today, it's like 40 degrees, and the second thing is that it seems like there is no quick and easy solution. So this solution I gave you right here might help a little bit, but now that it's obvious that VIN numbers can be, you know, got over the mobile phone via the apps and things, now we've got to go to the next level. Now I do advise, if you are going to do this procedure, yes you can, you know, if you want to do a rekey on your car, it's advisable. Since finding out that the VIN number is so accessible, I have no choice. I'm going to do it straight away, and I've probably been leaving myself very vulnerable by not doing it up until now, but I just didn't know. I thought it was just the VIN number you had to protect, but it's obviously, even if you do the VIN number, they can get it another way. So there's leaving one option, and that's to do a rekey. Now if you're going to do a rekey, there's a couple of options. Take your own locks out, take them into a locksmith, or get a locksmith out to you and they'll do it on site. I don't advise changing your own locks. They can be quite tricky and expensive if you muck it up. And also, if you take it to a locksmith, they know that they're going to rearrange it in such a way you get maximum security, as where if you take it to some backyard butcher, you're probably not going to get maximum security in that lock again, and they can actually reduce the security rather than reorganize it. So I'm going to show you how I do it. Other people do it slightly differently, but it's generally going to be the same sort of process, and I'll show you what's involved. I'm also going to spend the money and test out my calculator and try and crack my own key from the VIN number. Sorry, from the rego plate. So I'm going to use the rego plate to get the VIN number to get the key code to cut the key, and then I'm going to test it in my own locks to see if it works. I'd never ever normally do this on my own vehicle, but because I'm going to be changing the locks today, all this information that you can look at, it's not going to be relevant anyway. So let's get started. Okay, so here we are. Now, just letting you know, I'm not doing this for the money because this is not one of my favorite jobs. I don't like doing this. I can do it. I've done it a million times. Haven't had to do it on my own truck before, especially when it's a new truck. But I don't do this for the money, and you can go to any locksmith you want to get this done. So first one we're going to pull out is the ignition, and I will need my key to get that one out. So Phillips head screwdriver, I'm looking for 3 Phillips head screws here. Got our door trim here, we've got our handle here, one lock. Now this is a five door car, so normally you'd have 5 locks and then one on the ignition, 6 locks, but I'm lucky. I've only got one on the driver's side, one on the boot, and one on the ignition. So Lucky me. Using a 10mm socket. Okay, so I've got a couple of tools, trim tool, little wedgie thing, upholstery tool, a couple of kneeling mats. Alright, let's go. Pop, pop. No more there. That's out. Pop, pop. One more up here. One more just holding on right here. One more screw. How did we miss that one? There it is. Okay, a lot of electrics in this door. So I'm just going to put this down just enough. Okay, so we've got these two screws out here, these two nuts. So there's going to be another one here or somewhere along those lines. Let's go fishing. This black stuff always gets everywhere, so be careful with it. Yeah, it's already got me. Trying to push that clip down. Ah, got it. Okay. So can we go back? Back all the way, forwards. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Okay, so all we need to do now is remove this lock. 10mm once again. We're going to leave the rods connected. Those clips were hard work. Obviously they put it together in the factory. It's not really meant to be coming apart too many times. Making sure we're not going to break any clips or anything. There goes the tool. Okay, 2 locks down. Ignition lock, drive side door lock. Now let's get the boot lock out. best idea because there is another screw back here we couldn't even see. There's no way we could get it out of this hole here without doing all of this, so no shortcuts. There we go. Okay, 3 locks down. Here's the first part of my VIN number, here's the second part, and here's the part that I found online. So, I found that part online, car history, I found that Service New South Wales, there's 2 digits missing, and I found that just by one that was for sale. So, geez, it's hot. I'll start up my fan, it's better. Come on, computer. Calculating. Oh, it's not available. Yes. Oh, internet server is down. So here we have our 3 locks, driver's side, boot and ignition. Now we're going to basically pull these apart. Each key has different shapes on it, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be changing the position of each cut so they're different, so that nothing will correspond with the VIN number. By doing this, it means if somebody was to cut a key and come up to it and put the key in, it's not going to work. So this is what they call rekeying. So I've got myself some key blanks here, and what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using my same remote, same transponder, just basically reshaping this key right here, popping out the roll pin, putting it back together, and there we have it. So let's get to it. So I've cut my keys, and now it's a matter of all these discs or wafers that are here. They've actually got little numbers on the bottom of them. Most of them do. If not, you can actually gauge which one's which by the meat that's on either side. This one here has an even amount of meat on both sides. That's a fine loaf. This one's here is a 3. It's got more meat on one side. So then we take them all out. We cut the keys down to a new combination, and then put them all back in order to make to match the key, the new key, not the old key. Okay, so we're just putting the new blade into the old remote with old shell. We've had to file this one down because these silk ones are different shape, but it does fit in there quite nicely. So all we have to do now is drill the roll pin hole, squeeze in the roll pin, and our keys will be back to normal. Okay, we're just on the ignition here. So basically, to get it out, I remove the circlip on the back, little piece of rubber from the side, and now I'm putting the key in from the front, turning it to accessories, so this button will pop in, and then I'm just tapping it all the way through to get it out. If you can see that. And now we're up to that button part. So make sure we get that on the right spot. There we go there. So now it's at the right spot. You've got to hold the screwdriver, hold the button, and tap it all at the same time. Okay, now the ignition. The ignition is just the same as the doors. As you can see, all the discs have been recalibrated. We've got our locking bar for the ignition there. Sorry, for the steering lock. We'll put a little bit of this super lube on it. What I did notice is there was a lot of dust in there. So for some reason, a lot of dust had worked its way in there. Okay, so here's our housing. Put that back in there. Did that sink in the right spot? No. So So that's in that spot, and then when we remove the key, this will drop into there. And as you can see, this has dropped in, so that's good. I'll just put the key back into it, and now the key's back in, rotates nice and freely. Okay, so to get it all back together, first things first, we put this one over the top. Just got to get in the right spot first. Where are we? There we are there. So it's got these little L shapes, rotates in, and then it's got a spot right here where we put in this little bit of rubber. This little bit of rubber will stop this from turning, so now that's complete. We put the ignition on accessories, which is first turn, so now our button here can be depressed, and we slide it back into the ignition housing, being careful of this little button. This little button's that annoying thing that goes bing, bing, bing when you leave your key in there. Looks like it's just going to need a little bit of a lub tap to slide back in, and then we're going to put it all back into the car. All I've got left to put on is a circlip, this little part here, and that's pretty much it.